Man, I'll tell you, I was gonna make this video last night, and the words eluded me, and whatnot. You actually move a glare coming from the other. Sorry, come with me if you will. But for the second time in about a week, at least that's how it feels. I'm coming up here with the news of another death that I don't say defined my childhood. Dawson's Creek. This is actually the first of 6 seasons. I have all 6 seasons in my collection. And there's the back of it. Dawson, Joey. She's the reason I started watching this show. Just FYI. But yeah, James Van Der Beek, who was a actor, most notable for his role as Dawson Leary, which we'll kind of allude on that here in a minute. Also played in the 1999 movie Varsity Blues, played Jonathan Moxon, the backup quarterback, which actually I just recently saw that movie for the first time. And it's a very underrated movie. But James Van Der Beek has passed away. He passed away yesterday morning. The news of this broke. His wife, I guess, made a post about it on some social media. It might have been Instagram or might have been Twitter. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah. Unfortunately, another pillar of my childhood is no longer here. James Van Der Beek died of colorectal cancer. It was, for the most part, a very private battle. They did a Dawson's Creek reunion thing, and it was James wasn't there. James appeared via satellite or via, he sent a video, and he kind of discussed about his battles and what he was going through, and he looked frail. And that was kind of the first, I don't want to say instinct, if you will, that, man, this, cancer is going to get another one. I mean, fuck cancer, dude. I hate cancer. It has taken a lot of my loved ones. And now, like I said, I literally just did a video, about a week ago, maybe less than a week ago, about Three Doors Down lead singer Brad Arnold, who just passed away from kidney cancer. And now, James Van Der Beek, which, like I said, I knew him as Dawson from Dawson's Creek. Growing up, I would watch that show religiously. Like I said, to this day, I still have all 6 seasons on DVD. I've had people offer to buy them. And now, especially with James now being gone, I'll never get rid of them. I'll always, actually, it makes me almost want to rewatch the entire series. What's that? Davood? Hello, welcome in. But yeah, Dawson, if you never watched Dawson's Creek, it's about a group of friends who, Dawson is this film guru. He's an aspiring filmmaker, and he plays Dawson, the titular character, and his love interest is Joey Potter, played by Katie Holmes, and she lives literally next door to him, which all that separates their houses is a creek. Hence why the show is called Dawson's Creek. And then as you go through the show, for the longest time, I was always a Dawson guy. I was always, it reminded me so much of me when I was younger. It's like, the guy always fighting to get the girl, always trying to get the girl, win the girl over, kind of thing. And then as I got older, I realized, all due respect to James, Dawson was kind of an ass, as especially when Pacey got the girl in season 3. But oh god, it sucks. Well, exactly what the title says. It's about James Van Der Beek, the actor that just passed away yesterday. I never understand why people come into my live asking what it's about. There's a reason I put a title on every video I do. That way people know what the video is about. But yeah, this is like I said, this is a sledgehammer to the heart, because, like I said, growing up watching this show, and then to see what he went through, his last, few months of his life. According to his wife Kimberly, he spent the last, few days of his life. I mean, he always said he was never afraid. Much like Brad Arnold, he was never afraid. He had a very strong belief in God, as I do, and maybe I don't know how much, if he knew how much. I mean, nobody knows how much time we have left. The thing that hurts the most is he was 48 when he died. I'm going to be 44 in about a month. And it starts making me think about, my life. And, I don't, everybody dies. Everybody's going to go through this in their life. But my thing is, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not ready to die. And I'm not saying I am anytime soon. Like I have nothing in my health that says I'm going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, and then most of you, if you've never seen the show, you've seen the meme, the crying meme. I have to talk about the crying meme. There's a scene toward the end of, I think it's season 3, when Dawson's mom, Gail, gets his mom and dad get remarried. They go through a spat, and then they end up getting divorced, and then they get remarried. And then there's a scene where Joey is conflicted about her feelings for Dawson and for Pacey. And Joey comes to the wedding, and Dawson knows that she's not really there. Like, she's, her mind's on Pacey and all that. He basically tells her in so many words, if you got somewhere else to be, why don't you just go? And he says, he ends up, he gives this speech at his parents' wedding, about love, true love, finding true love and all that stuff. And then he basically tells Joey, it's kind of how he feels about her, but, she doesn't feel it back to him. The way he feels for her is the way she feels for Pacey. And he basically tells her to go. Yeah, exactly. Life is in God's hands. You can't decide where that is. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely 100% true. I've talked about my path to God several times. I got saved in 2018 after my mom passed away, and so I know where I'm going when it's my time to leave this earth. But like I said, I'm just not ready for that time. Like I said, I pray I've got another, hopefully, 50 years ahead of me. But I mean, that might be stretching it. But yeah. So then, he tells Joey to go, and then he just does this. You gotta look it up. I can't even do it. But he does the most pitiful fake cry I've ever seen in my entire life, and it turned into a meme. And of course James knew about it, and he, it never bothered him, but it's but yeah, this sucks. And like I said, I might even just revisit the Dawson's Creek series. And like I said, if you haven't watched the show, I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic show. I had a hardcore crush on Katie Holmes when I was in high school. I think the show came out in like the late 90s. It went for 6 seasons. I think the last season was in 2002, 2003, maybe. So, but yeah, then like I said, and he's done other stuff, but the main 2 things he's known for is Dawson's Creek, and he played the backup quarterback Jonathan Moxon in the hit movie Varsity Blues, which, again, if you haven't seen that movie, that's a fantastic movie. I think it's on YouTube right now, honestly. But yeah, much like the Brad Arnold thing, I wanted to come up. Like I said, not that any of James's family or anybody that knows James Vanderbeek is going to see this video, but I just want to give my condolences to James's family, his wife Kimberly. I believe he had 6 children. It's just it's so heartbreaking. Like, death is heartbreaking as it is, and then when you have multiple children that are affected, or that will be affected, by his death, it makes it so much harder. And like I said, I don't pretend to grieve any more than like his family or his close friends. The outpouring of love, you scroll through social media, that's all you see. Well, thank you. God bless you as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's like I said, we never know. I say cherish today. Tomorrow is never guaranteed, folks. Yesterday is the past. Tomorrow is the present, or tomorrow is the future. Today is a gift, because that's why God calls it the present, because it's a gift. It is a gift that you get to wake up every morning, You could have the worst day of your life, but you know what? There's so many other people in this world that aren't alive. They can't wake up and have a bad day because they're no longer here. So just kind of take that, you know, grain of salt, if you will. But like I said, next time you're having a bad day, um, yeah, just think to yourself, it could be a lot worse. There's a lot of other people in this world. You know, you're having a bad day because you had a shit day at work, or you know, you got into an argument with your parents, or got into an argument with your spouse, or you got into an argument with your grandma. You got into an argument with the fucking dog because he ate your slipper or some shit. It's all meaningless because you know what? Like I said, you get to wake up, you get to enjoy this very short thing called life. And I'm going to tell you, I was told as a young kid, you know, enjoy your young years because you know when you get older, time flies. And I'm going to tell you right now, truer words could not be spoken. You know, like I said, I'm in my 40s right now. I'll be 44 years old next month. It's scary how fast life goes because, like, you know, we're already, you know, 2 months into 2026 and it feels like it just started. But yet, here we are, you know, 2 months in. But like I said, I don't want to ramble, but I do want to, like I said, give my thoughts, my prayers, my love to the family of James Vanderbeek. And like I said, he'll always be Dawson Leary to me. So I know he's up there, he's flying high, he's smiling. Like I said, the amount of love that has been showered upon him. I saw a bunch of his Dawson's Creek co-stars posted a bunch of tributes and whatnot to him, which is really nice to see. But James Vanderbeek, unfortunately, has passed away. Passed away yesterday morning, according to his wife Kimberly, at the age of 48. Has passed away due to rectal colon cancer. So this shit disease grabs another one. So it sucks. It sucks. Like I said, Brad Arnold was a punch to the gut. James Vanderbeek is a sledgehammer to the heart. So, but that's going to wrap it up, guys. I've got to get some stuff done before I go to work, and then we'll be back with the video tomorrow morning. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it, not for me, for James Vanderbeek, the life he lived and the man that he was. Rest in peace, James. Thank you for all your contributions. Catch you guys in the next video.